Hello everyone, this is Scramble from Emotionless Crypto Trading. Today we're going to talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum, as well as cover some of the news which are pretty important. Now, how's it going? Early 2019 is not the best start, of course. It's just the continuation of the downtrending environment, and we're expecting some large movements in the next days due to market behavior, which can be understood by running technical analysis, which is something we're going to do today on Bitcoin. $121 billion market cap, $17.1 billion on average movement in a market that is slightly downway and is no longer sideways. Attention. BTC dominance is sitting on the averages, 52.6, and there is nothing special around CoinMarketCap these days. I mean, you can look at it just to see what's the dominant energy in the percentages side. You can look at the color, but otherwise there's nothing going on CoinMarketCap these days. As important and related to the technical analysis, if you would have to see some more in-depth, some more detailed statistics, those are not available on CoinMarketCap.com. Regards 24 hours volume, BTC dominance, and market cap. Here, we do not have candlesticks, which is an issue. We just have all these things represented in this format with single lines, right? So let's just leave this to load up and take a look at that. There's no candlestick here in whatsoever charts they're trying to present. It's just a single line, which is making our understandings totally different. Therefore, let's just take a look at the market cap on the BTC side, and we're going to look at the BTC paired up with the US dollar on BitMax exchange. This is going to be pretty interesting in order to see the movements and the rejections which we have seen. There's also a lesson behind the long shadows of the candlesticks, and I'm sure you're aware what are those, right? So the long shadows of the candlesticks, or the wicks, there's two different ways to call them, are the ones located above or below the body of the candlestick, right? So that's something clear for us. Now we're going to talk about this long shadow right there. This one that just comes down the way like that, and it represents the probability of a breakout from the uptrending channel. The uptrending channel is the one I'm encircling right now. So the probabilities of breakouts are happening pretty often, especially at this time, where the market is undecided to go in a specific direction, like 100% that way. So it remains undecided, and when the battle starts and the volume picks up for an energy, the other one strikes back. So when it strikes back, it fights back and it keeps the price balanced within the same channel, which is something that happened in this case scenario. And we had a lot of the long wicks. For example, that one, this one, this one is big as well. These are telling us that the market is having a lot of the undecided movements, and it's not going clearly in a direction, right? So that means even the bulls, or even the other direction, either way, are having periods while they're dominating the market, but that is not resisting, not even for a while. Not at all, not even for a short term. As we can say, it's pretty much a reaction that is happening on 30-minute candlesticks. So attention, we're not talking about 2-hour candlesticks here. It's 30-minute short-term reaction. It goes that way. If you're doing leverage trading and you're using margin, then this type of orders, due to the fact that they break below the lines, triggers your stop loss, and you are in a position of losing a little bit of money while your order is going to get triggered. This is the issue with this unpredictable shadows which are happening out of nowhere. That's why the volatility rate that we would have to afford as a room space to our trading, which is also translated into liquidity that you are giving the market in order to protect yourself. So that means high leverage is not functioning these days. Not functioning at all, because that kills you right away. Boom. If you want to do high leverage, which is whatever above 20x, by the way, then you must assume the high risks. And I'm not suggesting this way at this time to assume high risks. End of the story from this perspective. You can assume higher risks if you know a single direction that is going in a parabolic way during a few days, and you are in a powerful cycle which is skyrocketing the market in a single direction, no matter where, up or down. But you must have a specific environment where you can try doing that 100x strategy that I have listed on YouTube. That is something that you can try there. It is not working here because the volatility of each of the candlesticks are way higher than what the volatility of BitMax is giving you as liquidation spots. So you must be aware about that for sure. On the other side, what we have here is a clear resistance line which is located above the channel. That one right there, the green one, that is pretty much what we have within this little channel, which is trying to activate in a longer period of time, and it's pretty much getting sustained by a important line which is around $3,600. That is kind of in the middle of the channel, right? So this line has a lot of the confirmations. You can see them over here, you can see movements over there, you can see nice movements over there, and once again we've got a lot of the movements happening during many hours. Totally speaking, $3,600 supported us pretty nicely. This is the situation of the market as of right now on the short term. What we have on the downside is the support pretty much waiting in order to sustain the market continuously by the way it looks right now. But something that you must be clear of is that when something is going to be triggered, when the volume is increasing in a specific direction, be aware that you could expect something like this. Exactly the pattern I'm encircling right now. That is something that also happened in the last 6 months continuously in a single direction. So the way we were working, it was something like this. We're going down, sideways, down, down, sideways, a little bit up, sideways, down, you know, something like that. This type of patterns, we're always there. We're always there. And the little uptrending channels appeared after these crashes. That's how we were going for the last 6 months. Great. So here's the other thing that I'd like to tell you about the Ethereum, which is also representing within this post right here, fork of Constantinople, delayed till late February. This is something that's been going all around the news these days, and I did want to share with you in order to be up with the news, as I knew everyone was waiting around Ethereum's fork, and it's not going to happen until late February. Once again, we're not 100% if that's going to happen at that time, because as we can see, they said it middle of January and it didn't happen. These kind of things are never 100%. So don't try to speculate the market out of this, because the risks involved are not worth it. On the other side, we've got two great news of the BTC. Thousands of US grocery stores to sell Bitcoin at Coinstar. This machine right here is going to be introduced. It is also confirmed from a press release since January 17 that is going to be introduced around 20,000 kiosks in US probably. We've got another thing right here. Crypto hits the mainstream. Shoppers can now buy BTC at US supermarkets. Coinstar is right here. 20,000 shops, which are going to include. This is an adoption which could have an impact on the mainstream. It is not that easy, guys, to release this type of machines and have instant reaction from the audience. It is not that easy to change the behavior of the society and transform their financial activity, which is paper money or credit cards, into something completely digital. It is not that easy that we are putting an ATM machine in a supermarket and things are changing in the society. This is going to need decades. By the way, today everything is happening a lot faster, so maybe it's not going to need decades. Maybe it's going to need anywhere between 5 to 10 years, while I would say as a real mainstream adoption, right? So it takes time. It's not gonna happen. These are the first steps. Let's just put it that way. It didn't hit the mainstream. By the way, I understand the mainstream. You know, I'm taking completely different than these guys are saying it. Of course, they're talking in order to gain a lot of the audience on the website. That's why the title is actually for a lot of things. And I'm sure you guys are not going to get angry if I put a nice title to this video as well. Beautiful. So that's pretty much all about today's video. Is going to be a little bit shorter than usually. I'm trying to put more videos and shorter ones about what I decide is to work often right here in the crypto space, because a lot of the things needs to be shared in the right way, in my opinion. Thank you so much for watching. What we're trying to doing as usually is not to give any financial investment advices, but what we do is to collect data from technical analysis, put it together like a puzzle, and share it to you. So make a language which is not understandable for everyone, understandable to everyone. That's what we're trying to do here on YouTube. If you like this type of content, feel free to subscribe on my YouTube channel, then feel free to click that bell button. This way YouTube is going to let you know whenever I'm posting. Share your opinion in the comments area and hit that like button. Until that, see you next time.